Okay, let her rip.
Meeting is now a live stream. That's what it says. We all set?
Yes.
Okay. Well, welcome to Cumberland County's meeting of September 27th, 2021 at supposed to be 5:30. I guess it's 5:35. Sorry about that. I'd like to. Meeting is now. I didn't get that.
Oh, keep on going.
Okay.
There's some feedback.
Oh, okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Will the clerk please read the roll?
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Commissioner Cloutier,
Present.
Commissioner Coward,
Here.
Commissioner Jameson,
Here.
Commissioner Watonis,
Here. Commissioner
Gordon,
Here.
all present and accounted for.
Well, that's great. Let's see. I don't want that. The next thing I'd like to do is approve the agenda. Now, there's a couple of things here. I've asked for a motion to approve the agenda with the following changes. I'd like to remove, I think we've got two items for comment that I was aware of, and we'll present them during the appropriate business item. And the other is to go in, and the other is to let you know we'll go into an executive session immediately after the ARP contract funding items, and that's to discuss a proposed presidential mandate requisite from the federal government regarding vaccine testing. There will be no vote afterwards. Thus, we will immediately after that adjourn. Is there any discussion or further things that should be asked for changes to the agenda? Those in favor? Aye.
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 Good. We're all in favor.
Chairman Gordon, if I could just intercede, we also have an executive session to talk about considerations of employment. As we discussed this afternoon, that is no longer needed. We have moved past that. So that executive session is no longer needed.
Let's see. Which
It's
item
the-
is that, Jim?
Right before adjournment. We have an executive session under 21083, which is
Yep.
go, but we won't need the executive session just prior to adjournment.
Right. Well, okay. We're talking the same thing. I just eliminated that from the agenda. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yep,
Good to-
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'd rather have it that way. The next item is, may I have a motion to approve the minutes as written? Is there
So
any
moved.
discussion?
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor? Aye.
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 Those opposed? The minutes are approved. Information reports. If you wish to submit, this is to the public, any comments to us, you can do that by emailing them to kennedy@cumberlandcounty.org. And that's KENNEDY @cumberlandcounty, all one word, .org. Thank you. Other than that, we'll have to handle the other two, the comments that we've got, we'll handle under new business. Again, as I repeat that so that people will know that. The second item I have for information reports, I've asked Kevin Joyce if he would make a couple of remarks about the Hancock County Sheriff, Deputy Luke Goss, who was struck and killed by a motorist while cleaning up debris. What's impressed me in hearing about this is the cadre of sheriffs honor guard. It's really impressive. Sheriff, would you care to say a few words, please?
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. As we all know, less than a week ago, Deputy Luke Gross was struck and killed while he was cleaning up debris in the roadway after he was called out of bed to investigate a car off the road. The individual as I understand it, was drunk, was able to get his car out of the ditch, went down a short distance down the roadway, found a parking lot, fell asleep, and he was found shortly thereafter. What's concerning is that this is the fourth first responder that's been killed in the span of 3 or 4 years. And it's usually been decades, fortunately, prior to this, that we've had somebody killed in the line of duty, but unfortunately, we're getting good at doing this. Commissioner Gordon asked me to speak on it because it's customary when somebody's killed in the line of duty that we don't let a fallen officer be alone from the time of his death or her death until the time of the funeral and they're laid to rest. So the Maine Sheriff's Association has stepped up, and we have sent, in fact, we have 2 that will go on duty tonight up in Bucksport that will stand watch over Deputy Gross's body from 6 until midnight tonight. They'll be relieved. We had 2 go up Saturday morning from 6 in the morning until 12. As you know, we did the same thing for Corporal Eugene Cole 3 years ago when that happened. So this is not unusual. We have 1 honor guard member that will be participating in the funeral on Thursday at the Bangor Civic Center, Cross Arena. Each county will be marching in with one of their flags, their flag, that will be on the backdrop for the funeral procession. Well, we are planning on sending a contingent of deputies up. I don't know how many that's going to be for the 12 o'clock funeral. The state police reached out to us and asked if they could cover our area so that we could send some deputies up to the funeral. That is something that we as sheriffs offered out a couple years ago in 2019 when Detective Ben Campbell was struck and killed by a wheel. And we ended up covering the state, including the turnpike and interstate for them so that all of their members had an opportunity to attend the funeral. So I will be sending out a contingent, and I'm going to go and play bagpipes because that's my second love. And, as you know, bagpipes and drums are an important part of a first responder's funeral. So that is the plan as I know it as far as Thursday. Commissioner, I was also going to brief on COVID and hiring. Is this a good time, or do you want me to?
Let's hold
Wait.
that off, please. Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe we'll do that, later.
Very good. Thank you for that opportunity.
Tyler, welcome. New business. We've got a number of items here, 21078. And may I have a motion to adopt the provision of 5 MRS 18252-C as enacted by PL 2021, Chapter 286, as allowed by Maine PERS Rule, Chapter 803.
So
I'll
moved.
make that motion. I'll second.
Is there any, we'll have some discussion. Don Brewer, I'll turn this over to you. Whoops, Jim, you got your hand up.
I have my hand up only because I just wanted to notify you, Commissioner, that we have received 2 comments for public comment period. So you can read those whenever you want. I can read them now or after Don's presentation.
Let's do it after Dawn's presentation.
Perfect.
Okay, good evening, Commissioners. The legislature recently passed LD 1103, which is an act to allow a 5-year open enrollment in the participating local district retirement program for certain law enforcement officers, firefighters, and other municipal/county employees. What that really means is that Maine PERS in our participating local district is offering up an opportunity for county employees who perhaps when they were first hired they declined the opportunity to join the Maine PERS retirement program. And that's only a one-time opportunity. So once they decline, that is not offered again. So now currently with this new law, employees who previously declined membership and that are more than 5 years, have more than 5 years of service, they may be allowed to enroll in Maine PERS retirement program as long as they do so by November 1st of 2021. And employees who have 5+ years of service with the county or 5 years out from that declination, this is their only opportunity to join Maine PERS. The other part of this is that employees who have less than 5 years of service with the county who have declined this opportunity when they were hired during their open enrollment or during their onboarding, they will be allowed an annual opportunity to join Maine PERS during an open enrollment period, which would be between September and October. But coming up, this would not be in effect until 2022, November 1, 2021 through November 1, 2022. So there's going to be a couple of opportunities for employees with more than 5 years out from their initial declination to join, to get back into Maine PERS. And there'll be an opportunity for employees who had initially declined the opportunity to join Maine PERS with less than 5 years of service. And that's coming up. The one thing about this is that their contributions, which is different than what is currently now, contributions will be after tax. So that's one difference, one big difference. So we do have a number of county employees who would be eligible. I have a sheet here, a report. Currently, employees who are participating in a non-MEPERS retirement plan that would be eligible for the AC plan, we have currently 24 that could sign up. And we have 10 other employees who would be eligible to sign up for the 25-year no age plan. We also there are some employees who are not participating in any retirement offering that would be eligible for this Maine PERS AC plan. We have 20. And there are an additional 10 who would be eligible to sign up for the 25-year no age plan. So we do have a number of employees that would have an opportunity under this new LD that the legislature just passed. And we have had some internal executive discussions about whether we want to recommend this or not. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what this is and what the opportunities are for some employees to join Maine PERS.
Thank you, Don. Jim,
Yep.
you said you have a couple. Oh, excuse me. Does anybody have questions of Don? Neil.
Don, just briefly, the employees who were non-members prior to November 1st, can they join retroactively with their years of service if they pay out of their pocket? I didn't think so. I just wanted to verify
No.
that. Yep.
No, it's
So it's-
prospectively.
So it's from January 1, 22 forward, right?
I believe so. Yes, I believe so, Neil.
Okay, thank you. That was
Not
it.
retroactive, I do know that.
All right.
Any other questions? I have one, Don. Since you're paying with after-tax dollars, I presume that what their payout will be not taxable? That doesn't make
No,
sense.
I'm not sure. Alex is shaking his head. He may know the answer more than me.
Yeah, so the basic gist of what's going on here is Maine PERS has always been you get one chance to sign up or not at all, to mirror the same rules that go into place for FICA and Social Security, which is you're either all the way in for life or you're all the way out for life. Maine PERS a few years back was found to be similar enough to Social Security that it needed to follow all the same rules. Which is a problem, of course, because you have employees who declined at the beginning and then are kind of unable to ever join up later on. What Maine PERS is attempting to do now is to find a way to allow employees to sign up later on, but what they can't do is make it a true, real 100% normal Maine PERS plan. So what it is a plan where you pay the same amount and are subject to all the other same rules, minus the retroactivity, but it does not have the tax advantages of a traditional Maine PERS plan because they can't do that at present. So they're trying to get there, but they're trying to get as close to a normal Maine PERS plan as they can, but there's some important differences to it, which makes it a little tough.
Yeah, I was going to say, because when I heard that, I assumed that it was similar to a Roth, and it's not, huh?
Yeah, it's Maine PERS minus, a major advantage of it.
Wow.
And then kept separate from all other Maine PERS plans. I would love employees to be able to sign up for Maine PERS after the fact. But I think there's some real concern here that this kind of looks like it and smells like it sort of, but isn't really it.
Right.
Any further questions? Do we have any further discussion? Jim, I thought you had a couple of comments.
I do. I'm waiting for you to call on me.
Oh, it's waiting for your hand to go up. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
And wait a minute. This may be the same comments that I think Sheriff is talking about. So let Jim do it, Kevin, and then if there's something you want to add, go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Richard Bradway. I've been employed with the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office for 24 years. I started working at the county jail in 1997 and transferred over to the Patrol Division in 2017. For the first 10 years or so, all of the county employees were offered the Maine PERS retirement program annually. At some point, the program decided to only allow one opportunity to join. I joined the Maine PERS retirement program for a short period of time, and then for personal reasons, I ended up closing the plan. At the time I closed the plan, I was unable to get back into it once I was in a better position. When I heard about the state recently approving a plan for those who wish to re-enroll back in the Maine PERS retirement program, I was relieved. I am asking that you please vote yes and allow those employees who wish to rejoin the opportunity. Thank you. Respectfully, Deputy Richard Bradway. And we also have another comment here. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Peter Anderson. I have been fortunate enough to be dedicated employee of the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office for the last 22 years. I believe I work for the best agency this state has to offer. My reason for writing this letter to you is I'm asking for you all to vote yes on the Maine retirement amendments before you tonight. There are 4 patrol deputies that this will affect. For various reasons, we opted out of the retirement system before the law was changed. In my case, it was the cost issue, and I was unable to afford it at the time. Once I was in the position to afford it, the law had changed, and I was unable to join while working for Cumberland County. I was advised that it was a federal law preventing it, and it would need to be changed at the federal level. I sent letters to state representatives as well as Susan Collins's office, but was never able to speak with anyone. I have held out hoping that somehow the law would be changed and I'd be able to join while still here at Cumberland County. I could have gone to any other department in the state and would be able to join, but didn't want to work for another agency. Now here we are, the Maine PERS held a meeting on 9/9/21 with amendments to the law, which will allow those of us who aren't in the system now to join. I sent a letter to the Board of Trustees for that meeting and later learned that the amendments had been approved. This requires each individual participating agency to adopt the amended version for the agency's employees to join. I have spoken to MainPERS to see if there is any huge cost for Cumberland County to adopt the change. I was advised there are no special costs to the agency choosing to adopt the new law. Will there be a cost? Yes. The cost will be that the county will be contributing into MainPERS for me and possibly others if they choose to join. This will be the same cost as if the county pays for others in the system currently. The change for us joining is that we pay a little more as our contributions need to be post-tax to be compliant to a federal mandate. I want you to be aware that our union contract requires all new hired employees to join the MainPERS. So think of it as if I was a new hire and joined MainPERS and the county would start contributing for me. This is no different. I'm starting from square one, just like a new hire. I will be 45 years old in December this year and truly feel this will be my last chance to get into the system and have a decent retirement. If I cannot get your support and a yes vote on the very important issue, I may not have a choice other than to seek employment elsewhere. We all know the world we're living in right now and how hard it is to find people who want to be in the field of law enforcement and/or corrections. In closing, I ask that you all please vote yes and allow me and the other deputies, if they choose, to rejoin the system and continue our careers at the greatest agency this state has to offer. Thank you, Peter Anderson, Patrol Deputy. And Commissioner Gordon, I'd like to just add that if the commissioners go in the direction of approving this and adopting this new amended law, there is a sheet within your packet this evening that needs to be read as the order. So that is what is needed for the commissioners to sign off on this item so that we can change our MainPERS plan. And you should have all received that within your packets this evening. Thank you.
Jim,
Yes.
no, Jim Cludier.
I just want to say I'm delighted to support this, and I have a lot of confidence in MainPERS that they really are an organization that spends their time and energy trying to do the best thing they can for various kind of sub-cohorts of employees across the state, state employees, county, municipal, some special purpose. So I think this deserves a lot of support. But as well, I'm hoping that that Don, we all know he's got very little to do from day to day. So we're hoping that they'll spend a few minutes on Google and maybe assemble a small package of reading material for people who have questions, so that they understand what an IRA could do for them if they wanted to do something on their own. Those kinds of considerations. There's a variety of tax advantaged programs that you can kind of fit into sometimes, and so just so that it kind of underscores the fact that this is not a tax advantaged situation. And I obviously we don't have a copy of the federal law and the yet to be issued federal regulations of now and the future. So it's kind of open to question what the after tax situation will be for whatever earnings might occur in these accounts. So be just something so that everybody feels like they had access to as much information as possible, I think would be a desirable thing if it can be managed.
Kevin, do you want to add anything? I know that you asked.
Yes, I just wanted to support Deputy Bradway and Deputy Anderson on this request. There's a few more people that for whatever reason, they either didn't sign up for retirement or they got out. Far be it for me to, question their motives at the time. I can tell you that I remember back some years ago, a couple years ago, when I was 23 and really wondering if I was going to sign on the dotted line because I had college student loans to pay for. And I thought, man, that money could go to the student loans. And then the last minute, I signed on the dotted line. And fast forward a few more years and, you're really, once you get to about 40, you're really gone by that magic window of really preparing yourself for retirement. So, I know these guys are probably at that point and they're really interested in doing it. It is a retention issue. It's an employee wellness issue, because we want to make sure that, we've done the best that we can to make sure that they retire at a time that, they're not pushing a cruiser at 80 years old because they can't afford to retire and can't afford to have any money. And unfortunately, a lot of times people just, they're not seeing the forest through the trees. And I just think this is an important time to do that. And I will leave you with this. This is one of the things when I meet with any of the new employees, myself or the chief deputy, actually Chief Deputy Nelda Gagnon spends a lot of time on, you need to sign up for retirement. I know you're 22, you're 21, you're 18, and you don't see retirement down the road, but boy, I'll tell you, it creeps up quickly and you will retire at some point. And you want to make sure that you set it aside. So I completely, support this. It seems like a once in a lifetime opportunity for them because I always felt the same way. If you don't sign up, the door is closed. It's nice that Maine PERS has opened the door a little bit. I know they won't get the benefit that most of us will, but it's something. And they will retire. And we want to make sure that when they retire as healthy as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Watonis.
I just want to say that I will support this. I think it's a great opportunity. And like the sheriff said, it's a retention thing. And at this point of the game, I think whatever, that we can do, to keep our deputies and our other county employees is very important. So that I will support, we'll go, for this. So.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yep.
Jim, you indicated that we had to read something or read it into the text, or do we?
Oh, yeah.
You're
Oh,
muted.
Yeah, I figured after 18 months, I get the hang of this. It is, in a sense, an order that needs to be read in, and it's pretty much the county agrees to the following type order, and then you take a roll call vote on it. So whenever you're ready, I can read it into the record and you can vote on it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. To see if Cumberland County will vote to adopt the provisions of 5 MRS Section 18252-C, PL 2021, Chapter 286, as allowed by Maine PERS Rule Chapter 803. Cumberland County agrees. 1, to adopt the provisions of 5 MRS, subsection 18252C, as enacted by PL 2021, Chapter 286, as allowed by Maine PERS Rule Chapter 803, for its non-participating employees with optional membership who previously declined to participate in Maine PERS, in parentheses, eligible employees, and to comply with the following requirements. A, to offer by November 1st, 2021, the opportunity to join Maine PERS prospectively to all of its eligible employees who have been employed for 5 years or more, to advise these employees that this will be their only opportunity to join, and to provide Maine PERS with documentation on each eligible employee's election. And B, beginning in 2022, to annually offer eligible employees who have been employed for less than 5 years, and in 2022, eligible employees who have been had reached 5 years of employment between November 1st, 2021 and November 1st, 2022, the opportunity to join Maine PERS on a prospective basis during an enrollment period from September 1st through November 1st, and to provide Maine PERS with documentation of each election made by eligible employees under this provision. And C, to withhold employee contributions for employees who join under this provision after all taxes have been withheld, and to remit to Maine PERS as after-tax contributions. Number 2, to authorize James H. Gailey, County Manager, to sign the amended agreement between the employer and the Maine Public Employees Retirement System. And then it is article approved as written, roll call vote.
Catherine, can you do a roll call vote on this? And I believe you need to have each one of us sign. Do we need?
All you have to do is vote for it. We'll capture it in the minutes, and I sign off on the amended document, the amended
Right.
document.
But we don't have to sign what you just read.
No.
Okay. Okay, then I'll call for the vote. If there's no further discussion, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor?
Oh, we gotta do roll call.
Roll call.
Gotta do roll call.
Commissioner Coward,
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Watonis,
Yes,
Commissioner Cloutier,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
Okay, the ayes have it.
So it was unanimous. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies. The next item is 21079. May I have a motion to amend and adopt the revised county's declaration of emergency?
So moved.
The amendment
Second.
the amendment calls for all new hires to be fully vaccinated prior to their employment. Is there a discussion? Tom.
Just briefly, vaccination is the way out of this pandemic. And anything the county can do to encourage that is something we should be doing. So I'll certainly be voting in favor of this.
Any other comments? Those in favor? Aye.
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 Those opposed? It passes. It's unanimous. The next section of new business is ARP funding. We're doing it this way because it deals with the Federal American Recovery Plan Act, ARPA, and its requirements and funded items. And the reason to do that is so that we and the public especially gets to know what we're doing with the funds that we've been awarded. The first item under this is 21080, an award of sole source bid to Johnson Controls, formerly Simplex Grinnell of Nashua, New Hampshire, for $152,768 for the replacement of obsolete components of the fire alarm system at the jail. This project will be funded with ARP funding and classified under lost revenue. May I have a motion?
so moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in,
Whoops.
Jim?
I'd like to hear from the county manager. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to add, Commissioner, that this item is married up with an item that you approved back at the last meeting. Last meeting, you approved doing the same exact thing at the CCC. Unfortunately, this item did not get forwarded up to us from the Facilities Department. They should have gone hand in hand and instead of two different meetings. But after we do this is for the full jail and the work within the jail, as last meeting you did the CCC. Same project, but broken out in two different agenda items. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you. Are there any other further questions of Jim? All right, let's try this again. Those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Any opposed? It's unanimous. Item 21081, I'd like a motion to award a bid to Northwest Ventures of Vernon, New Jersey of $21,307.86 for the purchase of computer management and patching software, cybersecurity, under GSA National Purchasing Contract using ARP revenue loss funding. Is there any discussion? And I'll turn this over. Well, wait a minute. Aaron isn't online, is he?
No, Aaron was unable to join us tonight.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Hearing none? Tom.
No, I'd just like to hear an explanation what this is. From anybody who can give me the thumbnail sketch. I read the materials, and I just would like to kind of lay this out for the public a little bit.
I'll give you the layman's version. It is software that we can incorporate into our network system that provides a level of additional security that we do not have today, and allows the network manager to insert these type of software on all of our computers without having to individually touch the computers to get the software rolled out. It is one of two this evening that you'll address from the IT department around the enhancements of our cybersecurity for the county, which is an allowable use under the ARPA funds. In this particular case, we're playing it safe and taking it out of the lost revenue side of ARPA funds.
Okay. No, thank you. I mean, I read this. I thought that was kind of what it was. Layman's view is good. I'm perfectly happy with this.
Any other discussion? Jim Cludier.
I think we should have a motion to pass it, so I'll move passage.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We need to
Any
do a roll
further
call.
discussion? Those in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call. Oh, you want roll call on all these, Jim?
Yes, everything that's online. If we go by video meeting, we have to roll call everything.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't realize that. Catherine?
All right, Commissioner Coward,
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Watonis,
Yes,
Commissioner Cludier,
Yes,
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes,
Great, it's unanimous.
it's unanimous. Thank you. Item 21082, award to bid to CDW Government LLC of Chicago, Illinois for services totaling $56,142.80 and authorize $34,877.34 be financed using ARP funding lost revenue, with the remaining balance funded with a 2020 Homeland Security grant. Jim?
Again, this item is being brought forward. Aaron Gilpatrick, the IT director, has previously received a 2020 grant through EMA. And he's looking to enhance that grant funding by doing additional work, which he has requested through this memo to be awarded and to be taken out of the lost revenue ARPA funds. Again, this item is, in addition, it's a creation of a more robust firewall on our internet connection, enhancing our cybersecurity platform for the county.
Any questions of Jim? Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Aye.
Oh, roll call vote.
roll call.
Oh. Catherine?
Commissioner Cludier,
yes,
Commissioner Watonis,
Yes,
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Coward,
Yes.
and Commissioner Gordon.
Yes,
Great.
unanimous. And then the last item we have, I'll tell the public there will not be a vote after this. Thus, we will immediately adjourn after the meeting because we're going to go into an executive session. It's item 21083, vaccination testing mandate from the federal government. So with that, I would like a motion for the commissioners to go into
Wait a
executives.
I have a question. Don't we have to come out and do a vote on something that we're discussing in there?
No,
No?
no.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something in our packet. but I-
Yeah, you're right, Sue, but staff has informed me that they found a couple of things that they want to review before they bring it for us for a vote. And I guess I certainly appreciate their diligence because it saves us from having egg on our face should something go wrong.
Okay.
So, thank you.
So-
It's a good catch. I appreciate it.
Yeah, matter of clarification on this is, so what we're having in executive session is mostly informational as opposed to, we're not going to be called to make a decision after the meeting. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It's good. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm happy to go.
Okay, yeah.
So I need a motion to go into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 4056A.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second,
Those in favor?
No, roll call, please.
roll call.
Commissioner Coward,
For the
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Rotonis,
Yes.
and Commissioner Cloutier.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I see a question from Sheriff Joyce asking if he wants to do a COVID update
Yes.
before we go into executive session.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Sheriff Joyce just posed the question. He wanted to know if we wanted to do a COVID update.
Think that would be appropriate at this time, other than without
I
having
agree.
the sheriff hang around while we
Yep.
talk about the other thing. So
Okay.
if we can Steve, if you want to press the pause button on the on the proceedings and let
fine.
Sheriff Joyce give us an update, then we can have the vote.
Kevin?
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to derail it. I thought you were going into executive session and then ending the meeting. So I just wanted to update you that we've been working with some inmates with COVID for the last week and a half. It's ballooned up to about 8 inmates as of today. We had a couple of meetings over the weekend and another one today with CDC. We also have 5 officers out with COVID. So that's obviously impacted our staffing, which is already at low levels. We've been able to isolate the COVID to 2 pods. One predominantly 7 are in the one pod, and then we had one individual that came from another pod. So we've locked down 2 pods as a result of it. As of 6:30 tomorrow morning, I sent out an email before I left that we're going into limited acceptance of inmates or arrestees coming into the jail. Basically, all new arrests will have to have committed a felony against a person or persons, assault on an officer, any domestic violence crimes, protection or abuse, felony warrants, and any warrant that a bail commissioner may not set pre-conviction bail on. Basically, what we won't be accepting is felony crimes not perpetrated against the person, misdemeanor crimes, motor vehicle crimes, and probation violations, unless there's a reason for the arrest as a felonious crime against the person. So as of 6:30 tomorrow morning, we're going to scale back on that. That's going to give us an opportunity to hopefully cut down on the traffic coming in, and we'll be able to maybe take an individual off the post and intake and move them out back to give some relief for just being down so many people as well. So that's it on COVID, and I have a hiring update if you want that, and then I'll move along.
Go ahead.
All right, so the hiring front. When I left, we had 11 applications for non-certified, correction certified personnel, so that's great news. We had, in addition to that, 6 certified applicants, many of which are from out of state and are looking to relocate to Maine, which is good news because we don't have to send them to the academy. They have some experience, so we'll train them in our ways, put them on the floor, and then I'll have to work to get them their certification switched over to a Maine certification in the next coming months. We have 2 starting next week. And as a result of Jim Gailey's decision to pay a sign-on bonus for people that are certified, that's why we have the 6 certified people. But we also have 3 individuals that left us within the last year, less than a year, that have, one is going to start back next week, and then 2 in the process to come back, which should be fairly easy, and they'll be certified as well. So some good news on that front. If we can just kind of, put some more people in, take some, the staff are doing a phenomenal job. They're tired. They're probably on the verge of burnout. We're seeing a lot of mental health that, at the best case would drag you down. So I really have to applaud the 50 plus people that are hanging in there and looking for some relief. And I think we have relief coming. And it's just my job and the staff's job to try to get them hired as soon as possible and get them into the mix. So that's all I have, but just thought I'd bring a little bit of good news as well.
So what are our numbers? What's our percentage down that we're down?
We're about the same. I think we were at 58. We're at 57. And even though we've hired, or we will hire, I shouldn't say that, 67. Even though we will have hired some people, I got 3 resignations last Friday. One was patrol, 2 for corrections, and a sergeant resigned over the weekend. So again, the big thing is try to get an influx of people in there so we can cut down on the mandated overtime, try to get to the minimum staffing level without holding people over, and then build from there.
Okay. Any other questions of the sheriff? Well, thank you. Okay,
Thank you very much. I
now
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin.
to bring it back into the agenda, I need a vote on the executive session. Those in favor?
Roll call.
Do we really need a roll call for this one? We're not.
Yes.
We do.
Why? We're not voting on anything for the ARPA.
So everything that's a vote, when you're in a remote meeting like this, has to be roll call.
Okay.
Commissioner Rotonis,
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Coward,
Yes.
Commissioner Cloutier,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
Okay. Unanimous.
Unanimous. So we are now in